Alright everyone, so I just finished watching the final season of Squid Game, Season 3, and there's tons of details that I do want to share. There's definitely a lot of stuff that they put in there, some things that confused me, particularly the ending, a lot of things that impressed me, and a lot more that actually frustrated me. So let's get into it. This season really felt like it was building towards a takedown of the entire Squid Game system, right? Gi-hun was back in the fight, the tensions were high, the rebellion was bubbling, and then we get this whole self-destruct moment in the final episode, which, to be fair, was cool, but it definitely leaned into the convenient side. Now sure, the facility blows up, alarms are going off, the system crashes, the VIPs leave, the frontman is rushing to get out. It looks like the whole thing is getting wiped. But at the end of the day, that's not what happened. And the more I sat with it, the more I realized we actually don't know if the games are really over or not. It could have just been that game, that specific site, not the entire global operation, especially after what we see in the final scene with the teaser that we got. We'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of this video, but also a dedicated video on its own. So yeah, it feels more like they blew up one server, not the entire Squid Game network. And nothing in that final season, particularly the last, actually confirms the end of the games. If anything, the fact that they pulled off a global broadcast could mean they're just rebooting or even relocating. That kind of sets the tone for the entire season. Big energy, cool setup, vague payoff. Now, the baby twist, I'll give them that. That actually got me. Most of the emotional heartbeats of this season were because of the baby. Emotional, unexpected, and in a way, the fact that it connects back to Gi-hun's whole motivation arc was a nice touch. But at the same time, some of it was cliche. And also, we still don't understand the end of the baby story. Why did the baby end up with the detective? Like, why did the frontman give the baby to the detective? That's still a mystery. Was it just because of the whole brother connection between the frontman and the detective, or was there something else? There was zero explanation and no closure when it came to that. And honestly, it felt like the whole idea of the winner of the game and the whole how much money is being won was really thrown out the window at the end because the baby won it. Like, it didn't really matter, you know what I mean? Like, I know the detective got the money. I know I'm nitpicking here a little bit, but it just felt like the whole sequence of events leading to the baby winning was somewhat pointless at the end of the day. It felt like they threw it in to tug on the heartstrings without actually thinking it through. Now, Detective Jun-ho, man, what was even the point of his presence this season? He was hyped up like he'll be instrumental, like he was gonna crack it all open. Instead, he just kind of wanders around and watches things happen. Wasted potential. He's been investigating for 3 seasons and still hasn't done anything major. We don't know if the games were actually brought down or not. Like, if you think about it, the detective himself needed a closing scene, like a closure for him and his brother. We never got that. And then there is Gi-hun. That death hit hard, like that sacrifice. I'm not gonna lie, it was emotional. The cinematography, the music, the tension, it was all heavy. But also a little cliche, and I just can't get around the fact that they brought him back just so that he could sacrifice himself at the end of it to save a baby who he didn't even know. And his final words, "humans are," got cut off mid-sentence. That's literally the last thing he ever says. Some people say it was symbolic, like words aren't enough to define humanity, but still, it left me feeling a little bit robbed to get a more proper send-off for this big character, the biggest character in the Squid Game series. I get that they were trying to go for something poetic, but it also felt like they sacrificed a satisfying arc for a dramatic exit. Overall, there were some really powerful moments, some very sad and emotional deaths, like the old lady killing her son and then committing suicide later, to number 222 jumping off the platform, and a few other ones. And of course, some games were visually stunning. The jump rope one, or whatever you call it, that was the best one of the games for the third season. The emotional stakes were there, but it felt like the showrunners were trying to juggle too much. Revolution, global expansion, personal redemption, and they didn't quite land them all. So yeah, the ending kind of left me hanging. Did the games actually end? Is there a new frontman? Are the Americans running things now? We don't know, and that's the frustrating part. But let me know your thoughts and opinions. Was this a satisfying end to Gi-hun's story, or just a flashy way to reset the board? And if you haven't already, make sure to check out another video that I'm gonna be doing. It'll probably be up at the same time, where we're gonna talk about the ending of Squid Game and the potential tease at a spin-off. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.